everyone! It is another beautiful day to be alive, and I am here at my fixer-upper house this evening to do a little bit of cleanup. So if you don't know me already, my name is Abby. Welcome to my channel, A Drill and a Dream, where we are renovating a 150-year-old-ish house, and it's been quite some time now, but we are making a lot of progress, and we are like on the home stretch, kind of. So as you can see, it looks beautiful. I have walls and everything. We are so close, and I know you guys are anxious to see the paint on the walls, and trust me, you're not more anxious than I am, but we are so close, and within the next couple of days, we'll be painting. But first and foremost, I need to get things cleaned up. The sheetrock dust is everywhere, 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 everywhere. And we have been working on, so there are, let me think. The bathroom down here still needs another coat. I think everything else is good. And there's still like a couple little itty bitty places, that need sanding still, I think. But really not a lot. And everywhere is basically, yeah, it looks nice in here. Ooh, but it does need one more coat still, so it needs to be sanded and one more coat. But this is the only place in the house, other than some potential like little spots that we see and we're like, oh, this needs a little bit more mud. But for the most part, yeah, guys, seriously, we're seriously close now. But I spent yesterday evening just like wiping down walls with rags, getting dust off, and I know that Jay did some more today, so that's even almost done. But tonight I wanted to vacuum. So obviously the dust is just everywhere. And I started to do it last night with my mom and dad's shop vac. And I was like, you know, guys, this is really awful. Like, I hear that the sand is a pain and stuff, but I was like, this is like actually not, like the thing just isn't working. I put my I put my hand up to it and it was like not sucking my hand. And I was like, this isn't supposed to be happening. So I basically was like, it'd be nice to have and that hasn't been working ever since I brought it here, because other times I've been like, okay, I'm gonna vacuum it, and it just really wasn't sucking, so instead I just swept it or whatever. But I was like, a shop vac would be nice to have anyway, so I got a shop vac, and hopefully this will actually suck like it's supposed to, and I can get some of this cleaned up tonight, because yeah, it's just, because I was trying to sweep it last night too, and it was not having it. I was like, this is, how are we supposed to do this? Yeah, anyway, so I'm hoping that this is gonna work better and that we can get this vacuumed tonight as much as possible. So also, let me think. Yeah, so there's just a couple places to be sanded, and Jay's been working on that, as well as William, my dad's hired man. I've been hiring him like maybe like one day a week. He's gonna come here, or at least last week and this week at least. And he's gonna come tomorrow and work on some of the odd jobs and sanding, helping Jay and stuff like that. So we're definitely, I think it's probably pretty safe to say that even tomorrow, I'll be able to start painting tomorrow or the next day, soon. But there are some odd jobs outside also that I wanted to hire him to do, moving junk. And ooh, guys, so I talked to this company, well, I talked to several companies, but one of them is supposed to be coming next week with like a big dumpster sort of thing for metal, and I can therefore get like the scrap metal that's laying around. Like, I have a pile back here in this, ooh, over there, nightmare. But there's also stuff in the woods. It's so overwhelming sometimes, like the amount of junk that's everywhere. And I am trying very hard to get stuff cleaned up. There's also like a ton more in the basement. The amount of metal, the amount of everything. I just want everything cleared out. But these things take time. So anyway, I've talked enough. I'm gonna get to work. I'm just super pumped. Everything is looking so nice. So it's really crazy the difference between a floor that is like flat and a floor that is not, and how well that it like will suck it up. Like the floors in here, they don't look that great. Like it's not as satisfying of a clean per se as even like this plywood floor that's in the pantry. Because, and I was trying to explain this to you, and it's kind of hard to show on the video, but these floors in here in the kitchen dining room area that we're planning on putting different floors on here. So it's like the boards are like wavy. Like you can see how when I vacuumed them, I would have to go like change the direction that I was going because they're so wavy and it wasn't picking up the stuff on the ground. So it's hard to see in the videos, but like this right here is like a mountain and this is a valley. And like it just goes like woo, woo, woo. So that's one of the main reasons why instead of just like redoing this floor, we're putting a new floor in over here, because it's just not gonna get, like you'd have to sand just each line, I guess, if you wanted it to be like flat, which would be insane. I mean, it would just take like a lot of sanding. If you were using a big sander, it'd take a lot to try to make it flat. And like, for example, the bay window, which actually is a lot smoother, that's why it was cleaned a lot easier. This was like obviously an addition to the house, and you can see the line where this new thing was built. And so that's why there's like this big gaping hole. And by putting the new floor in over on this side, it will take care of that. And there won't be any big lines like that. So that'll be really nice, I think. And I think you'll find that when I go over to the living room, the floor is a lot nicer and it won't be such a pain to try to get in the cracks to clean this up. I'm hoping, because it definitely takes so much longer and it's a pain. But just as a reminder, this floor over here, I am planning on keeping in the living room. It is slanted, but we're just living with that, and we're going to sand it down and then stain it something beautiful when the time comes. I also have some exciting news about the interior doors, so be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video to hear about that. So yeah, this floor definitely sucked it up a lot smoother because it was a lot smoother. But it made it a lot easier and like twice as fast. But I probably should have started upstairs first if I was thinking, because this thing is getting heavy and there's a bag in it. It's not just going into the bucket. So I guess they suggested with sheetrock dust to use a bag, and Jay put it in, so I don't know how to change it, and I'm just hoping that we can fit everything in it, because I don't want to try to change it and then mess things up. Okay, I'm actually gonna stop here because this little storage place is not sanded yet, so I know it's gonna make more of a mess. So I might as well just leave this here and do that after. So friends, I'm sure that I'm looking very nice tonight, although probably not as good as yesterday. I'll show you a picture. Yesterday I was wiping down all the walls, and that was a definitely messy job. But I still was not nearly as white as Jay is sometimes when I come. Sometimes he just like literally is just like white head to toe. So Jay is, as we all know, the true hero of this house. But anyway, okay, so a lot of the floors are, nothing is perfect, as always. So the head that I was using on the shop vac really only gets the smaller stuff, so it leaves a lot of the bigger clumps because it doesn't suck it into the small space. And also, like, it just goes to show how many huge drops of mud, probably mostly I, dropped on the ground. But it's definitely a lot better. It's gonna need, if you want to actually get it clean, which I guess it will all have to actually be cleaned at some point, but not right now. We'll have to use like water and mop it or scrub it and all that jazz. But I definitely learned that the worst floor, which is what I would have guessed, but the worst floor in this house is this one in the kitchen dining room. It's pretty awful trying to get even like it vacuumed. And the best floor is the living room, and that's why we're keeping it. It's still not perfect, but the shop vac is a whole lot heavier than it was when I first started. That much I do know. So before we finish this video, I wanted to give you a quick update on the door situation in here. I don't remember if I told you or not that I went and visited my friend, the man who made my front door and my side door so beautiful. Harvey or Harley? I can never remember. We're obviously not that close of friends. But anyway, so I asked him about the interior doors, and I'll show you a picture of what I landed on for the design of the interior door. When I talked to him, he didn't have an answer, like a quote right off, but he sent me a letter in the good old-fashioned United States Postal Service, which I got, and it had quotes. So I do think I am going to go with him. For sure, I have decided that. But the quotes that he gave me were actually for red oak. And I think what I decided eventually is that I want to do maple on the doors. So the floors are going to be maple. My kitchen cabinets are maple. And maple apparently is like a lighter color than the red oak. And I think that that is more what I'm looking for as a light color. And again, I apologize if I literally told you all of this. I don't remember. All of my videos just get so squished together, and I tell people all the time, people ask me like, you know, what's new at the house? And so I give them this whole spiel, and I don't remember if I've told you guys or not. So I apologize if I've already said all this. But needless to say, I'm planning on doing these doors in maple. I need a new quote because I know it's going to be more expensive than the red oak. He did say that, but I don't know what it's going to be. I will tell you, just for fun, the quote that he gave me on all of the interior doors with the casings and all stained and everything with the holes for the hardware and all that jazz was $350 per door, which I think is a really good price for custom made wood, you know, full wood doors. They are probably going to change a little bit with the maple instead. But I also need to talk to Jay about some of the details with the casings and all that stuff. So it's a process. We all know that. But that is the plan for the doors. I'll keep you updated with anything on that end. But he did say that he's in the process of moving, and so it's like a whole big deal thing. And so it probably won't be until, I think he said July maybe when they'd be done, which is totally fine. It's not like I'm going to be in here before then anyway. But that's the timeline we're looking at for those. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. I'm excited to have this cleaned up, and pretty much all of the rooms are wiped down on the walls. There's just a couple more wall wipings to do, and then, I mean, we're going to be ready to start priming. I have 2 5-gallon buckets of primer here already, and a bunch of supplies, so it's just a matter of finishing up the final touches, and because I'd really rather have everything ready and then start priming versus having, you know, this room still needs to be sanded and stuff. Maybe the bathroom, because it's kind of really on its own, and I could start painting upstairs or whatever, but I don't want a big mix of sanding and painting and dust and not dust and all that. So we're definitely making progress, definitely soon on a video near you. You will be seeing this house starting to prime and then paint with the colors and all of the like window casings and all this stuff coming up. Super exciting. We are into the really fun stage, the really pretty stage, and I'm just so pumped. I hope you are too. Plus, not to mention, fun stuff outside as the summer weather is coming in, and you know we have such amazing potential here. So be sure to stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't already. Tap the bell to stay notified. And if you're new, definitely check out my Fixer Upper Journey playlist because you can see everything from day one and how far we've come. It's pretty incredible to watch, to look back, even if you've been with me all along, to look back at it and we've come so far. So anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time on A Drill and a Dream.